Hey everybody, welcome to LettermenRow.com. I am Jeremy Birmingham. This is Birminology, where we spend our mornings talking to Ohio State recruits and targets from around the country. Today's guest is Owasso, Oklahoma defensive lineman Chris McClellan, an Ohio State offer in the class of 2022 from a high school that is familiar to Buckeyes fans. It is the alma mater of Buckeyes safety Josh Proctor. Chris, thanks for taking time, man. How you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm just just got home, had a long day at school today, but it was all good. Just did some testing today, but it's cool.
Been a busy couple of weeks for you. You have seen your national recruiting profile finally take I guess a long-awaited jump. You've moved into 4-star territory in the national composite rankings. You've been tearing it up on the camp circuit. You picked up a couple huge scholarship offers, including one from Ohio State, which is why you're on this show. How does it feel to just have, after the last year plus, Chris, of everything kind of being slow and waiting for things to happen, now all of a sudden you're back to work and it's like, bang, all this good stuff is in front of you?
It's awesome, man. Just getting to see all my hard work pay off, and I feel like I didn't honestly think I was gonna have a shot to get the Ohio States or Floridas or Auburn, just bigger schools like that because of quarantine. And I know the season and everything was messed up, and I knew people were getting to come back, but I still worked hard and I still was grinding it out. So just to get everything, just to see everything pay off, it's huge for me. It's a really big deal.
Well, one of the things I want to do, Chris, because most of the national recruiting profiles are a little outdated, because even recruiting analysts haven't been able to see a lot of you guys from around the country recently. Your profiles list you at 6'3", 290 pounds. Is that accurate, or where are you at right now, height, weight? And
actually, I just measured. Actually, on Monday, I was 6'4", 285. So,
so you're getting taller and lighter. That's a good combination, right?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Do you see yourself as like a 3-tech, a 1-tech, a guy who can slide out and play the 5? How do you see yourself in the future, Chris? What's the role that you see yourself best filling?
For Ohio State, Coach Johnson, we have talked about it, we've discussed, and he said that with me having the size of a bigger guy, I'm just bigger than normal defensive end. So they definitely see me as a 3-tech, but they know I'm also like very athletic and I have great speed. So he says he sees me as like a hybrid defensive end, defensive tackle that can kind of do both, just depending on where he needs me. So I can really play anywhere on the defensive line. And no matter if that's a 1 or a 4-eye or a 3, yeah. Wow.
I'm interested just in the relationship with Larry Johnson, because I know how he works, and he's not always the guy that reaches out first. It takes him a little bit of time, but then once he connects with someone, it's very sincere and it grows quickly. What has it meant for you just as a person to get an opportunity to talk to Larry Johnson about football, about life, about being a defensive lineman? Obviously, his reputation as far as developing defensive linemen sort of makes him a unique person to talk to.
Definitely, it's always been a dream of mine, because I know that he's probably the best defensive line coach in college football. Just with his career, not only at Ohio State but also at Penn State. I know he has tremendous players in the NFL now, so it's kind of an unreal feeling to get to talk to him. Especially, he reached out to me first, like you said, and our relationship is very sincere. And I have to talk to him right after we get done with this. So, hey man, Coach Day. So we have a really good relationship.
So you told me when they offered you a few weeks ago that you told yourself in 8th grade you were going to work yourself into a position to play for Larry Johnson. When you get that opportunity and you get that phone call, how hard is it to not leap at it immediately and, to tell yourself, hey, I still need to slow down and allow the recruiting process to happen?
It's very tough because, just like I said before, man, he has like those guys that he's developed a lot of players and on the defensive line and a defensive tackle as well. So it's kind of hard to, but I'm still weighing my options, and I still need to meet the people, because it's not, I know I'll spend most of the time with him and of course the strength coaches, but I still have to see if I like the campus and the people that are going to be around me. So there's a whole slew of other things, but it is difficult, just with him and having his career and who he is.
The first time that you and I spoke was a couple weeks before the offer happened, and that's because a little birdie had told me that you had grown up rooting for Ohio State, and I thought it was interesting that a kid in Oklahoma has grown up rooting for Ohio State. Now you have a guy like Josh Proctor at Ohio State who's from Owasso High School. Do you know Josh? Do you know his family? I mean, has there been any sort of conversation between you guys since you got that offer?
Yeah, me and Josh just talked a couple times, and we have talked about my official visit, which I did set up. Did I tell you that already?
You told me you haven't announced. You haven't announced. Well, so this is for the internet out there. We're recording this a few days early, but you mentioned that it was going to be at the end of June.
It is the 25th through 27th, and I actually just got the
you
edit.
had not announced it. You had not announced it because you were waiting for that graphic that's now in front of you.
Yeah, I have it now. So yes, and we talked about that, and he said we're definitely going to hang out. And he's going to show me and just give me around some players and the town of Columbus just to see how it is. But we've talked a couple times, so yeah, and it's nice to have that, with him coming to the same high school as me, and also him going to Ohio State. So he just tells me how it is.
Has there been any conversation between you and the current group of Ohio State commitments yet? Have you gotten to know any of the guys like CJ Hicks, Deshaun McCullough, et cetera?
No, I have not actually. I haven't really talked to anyone from any schools that have committed yet. So but I'm sure like on the official visits we'll talk, and I'll get to see other recruits and just see who's out there.
What is it about these visits coming up? I mean, obviously, I know it sounds simple when I say it, like, oh, why is an official visit important? But for kids in your class that haven't had an opportunity to make any visits anywhere in the last year and a half, is there more pressure on these visits than maybe there should be?
Yes, definitely, because with these 5, a lot of times guys get to use the junior days and just take unofficials and stuff. But with us having limited time to do that, it's very important that people make decisions off these official visits and getting to see the campuses and really getting to see where like you're most interested in. So I feel like like we kind of got my class and the 23s. We kind of got like the shorter end of the stick with that. But it is what it is, and we just have to deal with it. So definitely these official visits will help a lot. Yes.
I think that between the 2021 class, the 2022 class, and the 2023 class, your class definitely got the shortest stick here because the 21s had the opportunity to make visits in 2019. The 23 still have this summer and next. You guys definitely have been put in the worst position. Knowing that, though, Chris, how did you use this last year plus to benefit yourself? What did you do different? How did you get yourself mentally? How did you keep yourself mentally on track?
Just knowing that no matter how bad all this COVID stuff, it wasn't gonna last forever. I knew that it wasn't gonna last forever. So I just kept working towards my goal and just really just keeping that mindset on, and just never let yourself fall off. I feel like that was a lot of guys saying like they fell off pretty hard and then they had to pick it back up. But I never, even through quarantine, I was always, outside doing ladders or push. I had my parents buy me I made a whole little gym in my garage. So just so I could have something to do, man. So that really helped out a lot.
Did you become like a carpenter? Did you learn how to like, create a sawhorse or, make a gym, like a weight bench? What did you do? How did you make a gym into garage?
Just ordered some stuff off Amazon and got it shipped. So, but I just looked at everything that I feel like I would need, and I just got a whole bunch. Like I got a rope, punching bag, jump rope, just a whole bunch of stuff, just that I would like to see. Every now and then I still use the gym, but with stuff open back up, it's really,
One of the reasons you told me that you transferred from Edison High School and out to Owasso after your sophomore season was because you wanted to be pushed and you wanted to be around better players, and then you get to Owasso and your entire junior season is sort of up in the air and tossed around. Was that a big challenge for you mentally, emotionally, to have to deal with that adjustment at that time, or was it easier than you thought it would be?
Definitely. I go into any competition because just like this, I look at everything in life like a competition. So I definitely looked in like I'm going to win. I don't care about anything else. Building relationships with my new teammates and all that stuff. But I definitely came into Owasso with the attack mindset, and I still have that. But I've kind of cooled down there. But I just go in there and I work hard every day. But it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. No. you know, I just go in there and just be a leader, work hard, and that's all you have to do.
You have official visits set up to Florida on the first weekend of June, USC the weekend after that, Ohio State the 25th through the 27th. Where else do you think is going to get those other two officials? And how do you break down when you're talking about schools like Ohio State, Florida, USC, et cetera? What makes a school stand out to you, Chris? I mean, what really ultimately separates one from another?
You know, the educational part is a big part of it. You know, I don't want to diss anyone that's going to college to get there, but I feel like as a college football athlete that the end goal should be the NFL, right? You know, you go to college, you get your degree, and everything works out like that. But I feel like everyone's end goal should be the NFL. So definitely schools that I have seen have a history of putting great players and great defensive linemen in the NFL. Those, and I feel like those three have stood out. And as far as other visits, I can see myself taking. Definitely, I'll probably make it to LSU for sure, maybe during the season, but that's it, you know, for right now. And that's just an idea. Nothing is official. I haven't really talked to the LSU coaches about that, but you know, those are just some. Besides the three that I've already set up, those are just some other two that I've been thinking of.
I guess the question a lot of Ohio State readers and watchers and listeners will have is, what, you know, for a kid from Oklahoma, what's the draw to get out of the state? And you know, obviously Oklahoma and Oklahoma State are close by. How much pressure is there for you to stay there and play?
Definitely, you know, just being an Oklahoma kid, you know, everyone here is basically an OU or OSU fan. So I hear a lot of, you know, OSU has this, OU has that. But you know, there's just like, especially for me, I don't really believe in peer pressure or any of that. So I don't think I would let any of that stuff influence me or anything on my decisions, because, you know, at the end of the day, I got to do what's best for me and not what's best for, you know, some teacher or some, you know, just some fan. So, you know, I would never let any of those influence me. So, you know, I could say there's kind of some pressure, but nothing too serious, nothing that I can't handle.
What do you do for fun when you're not working out in the gym or you're not, you know, hitting the bag in the garage? What does Chris McClellan do to be a teenager?
Man, I really just like to hang out with my friends, man, because, you know, a lot of the time being one of those top guys, you know, you always have to be working out, pushing yourself. So when I get a chance to, I like to really just chill with my friends and see what's going on, playing the game, being at home, you know, just getting some rest.
You still have, you know, a while until you have to go anywhere for college, but when you start to think about home and when you leave, what's the one thing you think you'd miss the most about your house?
Man, probably my family the most, really. You know, I know they'll be up there for all the games and probably all the time, but, you know, it's still, that first year of college will probably be the most difficult.
What's your favorite dish that your mom makes for you at home?
Probably chicken Alfredo.
See, now that's a good one because you can pretty much get a version of chicken Alfredo anywhere you go, right? But what makes it different? What makes hers better than anyone else?
It's how it is, man. I couldn't even tell you.
That's smart. See, you're a smart kid, Chris. You can't just put mom on blast and say that it's not that good. I mean, that's pretty smart.
Yeah.
What, you know, dream world, and this is kind of the way I end all these conversations, dream scenario, how do you see the recruitment going from here to decision day? When do you want to decide? What has to happen for you to feel comfortable?
Definitely, you know, it's just like at this point, I feel like, you know, I have basically some of the top schools in the nation, besides like Alabama, Clemson, but, you know, Ohio State is one of those programs. So really just the relationship I build with the coaches, you know. Like I said, the end goal is to make it to the NFL, and you know, it kind of has something to do with the school, but it's mostly up to you. So, you know, I don't think that's going to be too big of a problem for me, but definitely my relationship with the coaches is like the biggest thing we're looking for now, and I really just look for that realism. You know, I don't want anyone that's just selling me smoke and mirrors. You know, I just want like a real relationship. Like I can just call you, you know, just up at the blue, you know, at 12 and like, hey. Something just happened. I don't know how to do this. Can you help me out? You know, not just all about football, really.
Yeah, I mean, the relationships that you make with coaches, and this is one of the things I think a lot of kids figure out is that even the coaches of the schools you don't go to, you can still call. And it's a pretty cool thing because the way that football is and the fraternity of the game, you get so many opportunities to meet people that can genuinely impact you from here to, 25, 30 years from now. It's a pretty great situation. So, look, I know you've had a long day, Chris. I'm going to let you get on with it. Thank you so much for taking time. That's Chris McClellan, Ohio State target in the class of 2022 from Owasso, Oklahoma. I'm Jeremy Birmingham. This has been Birminology on Lettermen Row. Thanks for watching.
Go Bucks, man.